In the past week, I've traveled a little bit, and I've had the chance to use Uber more than I usually do. Now, those of you who know the program, those of you who know my writing, know that I tend to have some serious criticisms of Uber and of the so-called sharing economy in general. Now, that hasn't changed, so am I a hypocrite for using Uber? Possibly, but here's the way I do it. I always take a taxi if I can, if I'm in a place where it's not possible to get one, or call one, which I have been quite a bit in the last week. I will call Uber. Now, I will say that it's been about 6 months since I've used it. I think the app has improved. Really, that's all they've got is the app and their eagerness to bypass regulations and undercut the middle class and make sure their drivers can't make a sustainable wage. Other than that, they've got a pretty good app. It amazes me. We've had Dean Baker and others on the program, as well as ourselves, saying, well, why don't the cities make an Uber-like app? I think they should and use it for taxis, or why can't a nonprofit do it for that matter? But at any rate, it's a decent app. It's not great, but I will tell you that I had at least one experience of, here are two things I'll note about using Uber, and then we'll go to the bigger story of Uber. One is that I have noticed consistently that when I open the app, it says a car will be there in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. When I request a car, it says it will be there usually in about 5 minutes, and the car usually comes in about 8 minutes. So I think, now I don't have scientific data to back this up, but I suspect there's a little bit of digitized deception in the software. Either that, or I've had a statistically highly aberrant run of bad luck in the last week. I've also had some interesting conversations with Uber drivers who tell me that their app, with the app which gives them directions as to what route to take, seems to consistently take the longest way. So I've got some real questions now, having tried out Uber for myself. I am not, as I say, I love the convenience of the app. I am not terribly impressed with let's say, its clarity of purpose from a customer point of view. I will also say that I had the experience today of waiting 5 minutes for a driver who then canceled the call, presumably because she got a better one, and I don't know what they do about that. Now, in other Uber-related news, we learned that Uber and Mayor de Blasio of New York City have reached a tentative truce. See, here's what Uber does. Bill de Blasio, good guy, good mayor, wanted to put a halt on allowing more Uber cars on New York City streets, which, by the way, they're creating traffic problems, as I understand it, because he wanted to study the impact of those cars. Now, he has had the support of the taxi industry, again, presumably is a factor, but what Uber does is it creates these Bill de Blasio apps or buttons. If you're in New York City, it allows you to harangue the mayor. And they did that, and de Blasio is putting his freeze of Uber cars on hold for the next 4 months while this study is conducted. Now, here's the thing that bothers me about that. Uber users are not told when they have an app to bug City Hall that these kinds of services, as they expand and expand and expand, will A, turn around and charge you more and more and more, B, will track your data and you use it against you, C, I believe, will occasionally, let's say, fudge reality on their own benefit, although, as I say, I can't prove that, and D, will eventually erode the middle class altogether as everybody becomes essentially a servant to the wealthy 1%, scraping and competing for task-based jobs and unable to make a decent living wage. Sure, it's convenient to get an Uber car. I do it myself, but surely we can do that without destroying the lives of working people, and that's what we all should be working towards. We will be back with more about the Sandra Bland story after this. I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and this is The Zero Hour.